Already, this oil spill is the worst.
When President Barack Obama addressed the nation from the Oval Office for the first time, Americans knew immediately the Gulf oil spill was a major crisis. Yet the president's house is filled with backdrops that say things, from the gilt-trimmed East Room to the grand state dining room, and Obama has used them all to communicate and advance his agenda.
Choosing among all these venues is an art and a science. Each, like the Rose Garden being set up on this sunny summer day, has its own aesthetic and political pros and cons. To those who manage the optics of presidential appearances, the White House is a mansion with a message.
Every room within the White House it tells a story, I think.
For Obama, the woman who does much of the choosing is Daniela Gibbs Leger.
I think we have used every space in the White House that we can use. There's no one venue that's better than the other. I mean, it's all wonderful. It's all rich with history. It all looks great.
We are done.
Of course, some venues are extra special. When Obama signed his health care plan in the East Room, he was saying this is history, and saying it to lots of people.
For the healthcare signing, we set it up on the west wall because you can fit more people in a room that way. It's a tighter fit.
Indeed, when it comes to packing in an audience, the only way to top the East Room is to go outside to the South Lawn and then pray that the weather holds. Inside the White House, Obama's used a range of rooms.
Good afternoon.
Speaking to reporters in the diplomatic reception room, recording his weekly internet address in the map room, using the library also for that broadcast, and hosting a women's basketball team in the state dining room.
I just completed an excellent one-on-one discussion.
And while the Oval Office is a coveted destination for visiting foreign leaders, as a speech venue it's seldom used by recent presidents. Obama's used it just once. Scott Sforza, who helped George W. Bush choose settings, says a big reason is to avoid being seated and stiff.
Most orators, most presidents, most of their speeches are standing, so they naturally feel more comfortable with that than seated.
The visual message is another big reason. A month after 9/11, Bush spoke from the upstairs treaty room when he sent troops to Afghanistan. Busy Constitution Avenue visible behind him.
You could see activity outside the window. That was a strong message that the president wanted to send to the terrorists themselves to say, listen, we're still in business here. We're not running for the hills.
When a president speaks, every visual detail, from the backdrop to the teleprompter, is given painstaking attention. But sometimes simply a different look is itself the message, as Obama made clear the other day in the Roosevelt Room.
Trying a little change of venue here, mix it up.
In an era of non-stop, on-demand news, the last thing Obama wants is bored eyeballs. Mark Smith, The Associated Press, The White House.